despite being an atheist myself, I've never really been a part of the whole YouTube atheist vlogger thing, and that's, you know, there's multiple reasons for that. One of the reasons being that I don't really possess that that passionate rage, you know, or any type of quality that I feel would make me a really effective YouTube vlogger, or a very entertaining YouTube vlogger. The second reason is that I don't really have the patience to argue with creationists over the internet. There's only so many things I can dedicate my time and attention to doing, and, you know, getting in debates with creationists in the YouTube comment section is just not one of those things that I want to spend my time doing. I mean, there's already people out there who dedicate their time and attention to doing this sort of thing. They've made careers out of arguing with creationists, and I feel like the people who already do that are far more articulate and educated than I am. So there's really no need for, I guess, another person to do this sort of thing. So why am I making this video then, if that's the way I feel? Well, mostly to vent, because there's this one question that I've heard just come up over and over again, and I hear it so many times, it just annoys the fuck out of me. And it's one of those rhetorical theist questions, you know, that's meant to, like, be like, haha, checkmate, atheist, what now, you know? And the question that I'm referring to is, if you're an atheist, where do you get your morals from? Like, like, as I mentioned, it's not annoying because it's not annoying because it's an actual, like, good rhetorical tactic against, like, arguing against it. No, it's a fucking stupid question. And it's annoying because I've heard it brought up so many fucking times again and again and again. You know, it's like getting poked in the head repeatedly. Like, if someone just started doing this, you know, it's already kind of annoying, but you can just kind of like, whatever. But, like, if that goes on for like a minute, eventually it just gets to the point where it's like, you fucking stop it. That's what it's like. It's like, I've heard it so many times. Like, it was annoying the first time, but you hear it again and again and again. It drives you fucking crazy. So I'm going to react to this question. I guess I'm just going to vent my frustration by responding to the question. And so yeah, let me answer this. Where do I get my morals from? Now, to fully answer this question, to give every single source of my morality would be literally impossible, as there's factors that can influence my morality that I'm not even conscious of, and there's certain implicit values I have that I'm not even consciously aware of. So I'm not going to be able to list everything, but I'll try to do the best I can. So let me try to think of a list of things that influence my morality. Let's see. Well, there's my parents. These are definitely, you know, two people who certainly affected the way that, you know, they instilled in me certain morals and values that they felt were important. There's my teachers. And there's my school, there's the things that I learned in that school, there's my friends, there's my peers, there's the society into which I was born, there's the laws of the society into which I was born, there are the laws of other societies that I learned about through my education, and that somehow went into shaping the way I see the world. I mean, there are certain philosophies that I learned about through my education, there's some of which I strongly identified with, others of which I didn't, some that I thought about very deeply, some I didn't think about very much. Basically, every single external influence, every single piece of sensory information that I ever experienced has in some way shaped the way that I view the world. And it's not just external factors that have shaped the way I view the world, there's internal factors as well. And when I say internal, I'm referring to things like genetics. I'm referring to the material of my brain, the way that my brain is structured, the way that my sensory organs interpret that information, and the way that my brain perceives that information, and the way that my brain stores the information, and the way I access it. It's a combination of nurture and nature that go, and both of those go into all the things I just mentioned, basically result in the development of a specific worldview, a specific lens through which I view the world around me, a lens through which I interpret reality, essentially. And it's through that particular lens that I've developed certain ideas about what's right and what's wrong. The reason that I find the question, where do you get your morals from, to be so ridiculous is that the person asking it seems to be implying that if you can't provide a one-word answer to that question, that your answer somehow lacks validity. That if that answer isn't God or Jesus, or if you start rattling off, instead of having a one-word answer and you start stringing a series of sentences together or trying to articulate where you get your morality from or what inspires your morality, then all of a sudden it's like, no, that's not acceptable, and that seems ridiculous to me, because you're taking this thing, human morality, and you're stripping away all complexity. You're stripping away everything that goes, you're stripping away all these different factors that go into it, and then claiming that your morality is not the source of multiple variables. Your morality is the result of a single variable, that variable being your religion. Now, I'm fully willing to admit that my Catholic upbringing did indeed play a role in the way I perceive the world. But for me to claim that my religious upbringing was the sole factor in what created my worldview, essentially, and how my worldview came about, for me to make that assertion would be intellectually dishonest. And anybody who asks that question, I feel, are being intellectually dishonest as well.